early in the morning. We're at that time of year in Cyprus where it's just hard to film because you've got the sun and it distorts and I can't see the phone, what I'm filming, and it's just too hot to go wandering around in the later part of the day. So we're going to look at the bottle farm. There's the bottle farm, and as you can see, we've got the empty bottles here. And I also put things where I think nothing's coming up, just to check. But as we can see, I'm pretty sure that's a cucumber. And it looks like some peppers possibly coming up in this one. So that's kind of the bottle graveyard. I am going to leave the bottles out here at the end of growing in them. So where you see the gaps, I'm not going to fill them until I've finished with whatever I'm doing with these. Some will stay in the bottles, but with the lids open, and most of them will be transplanted. So do excuse background noise of birds and bees. As you can see, we have poppies here. And the bees really love them. I just have to make sure I don't back into these while I'm filming. So let's go through. As I say, the empty ones have already been transplanted where you see the gaps. I'm not going to put empty bottles back up here, and I'm not going to refill them for now either. So let's begin and let's see what we've got growing here. So first we have here, a lot of these are going to be transplanted today, but we have here, yellow melon. So they're going out. As I say, most of these are going out today, but a few are staying. Here we have peppers. These won't be going out just yet. I've put water on these because I've had to empty out irrigation tank for repairs. So if you see water in these, I had to do something with them. Then we have more peppers here. These will be transplanted today. As you can see, they're all coming out. It's a great way to grow a lot of produce in a small area. And of course you can keep things in them, as I've said. Then we have okra. There's a few okra in there. For Mr. Colin Waffles. Woofy! And then we have yellow icicle peppers, which will go out. Wowza. Of course, these bottles are great for when you grow long things like the icicle peppers or the long radish, anything like that. So these are the yellow icicle peppers. So if you grow anything like long radish, these bottles are ideal. You can keep them in here. So if you have a small garden or no garden or just a veranda, something like that, or balcony, this is the way to grow. Okay, next row. This is cauliflower. Not too much happening there, so that will stay. The one after is a red onion. Not loads in there, there is some, but there's also grass and weeds. Then after that we have white Lisbon onion. This is definitely going out. Look how awesome that is. There's a couple of weeds here at the back, but These are huge, look at them. So I'm going to transplant those, I think, because there's so many in there. I want those to spread. Then we have white icicle radish. Again, you could leave this. Or you can transplant it, that's up to you. Then we have green cabbage. I say green because you can have red. These are just starting to come up, as you can see. So obviously that won't be going out today. Then we have round red radish with some grass. I'm good at growing grass. How about you? And then the last one in this row currently is supposedly green spinach. Just coming up, as I say, all different stages, because I did keep re-sowing things in these. And then on the third row we have peppers. They're doing very well in there. They grow very well, peppers. Well, as you can see, most things grow very well like this. I think they grow a bit quicker in here, peppers. And then we have long red chilies. These are the really long big ones that you've seen in my cookout area. There. Here we have carrots. They're growing well in there. Again, you could keep them in here if you don't have them too compact. We have red cabbage. These are doing awesome in here. This is the best way I've grown cabbage and cauliflower. Don't have much success outside directly sown, so this would be a good way for me to grow these. Then we have chard. There's a chard. I find chard so easy to grow. It grows when I don't want it to grow. Then we have yellow melon, and as you can see, it's coming out the top. So that's definitely going to be transplanted in a bit. It's got yellow flowers on as well in there. That's ready to go out. There's a few weeds as well. Then we have plum tomatoes there. Then we have watermelon. Now I'm going to keep that in here this year. I'm going to keep the watermelon in here because it's so hot and dry at the moment out, and that's growing really well in there. The ones I've transplanted out just don't like the heat in Cyprus at all, really. Then we supposedly have squash, but there's nothing coming up in there. And then we have 2 lots of marble aubergine and a plum shaped aubergine. Call them that just so I know what's what. So 3 lots of aubergine. They're coming up really well. Second lot of aubergine. They are amongst the weeds. And the third lot of aubergine. Really well there. And then the final small length row. Fennel. It's just not happening for me, fennel. Nothing there at all for fennel. No success with fennel for me. Then we have cucumber. cucumber, a little bit growing in there. And then the last three, we have 3 different types of bean. Now again, I don't know if I'm going to keep these beans in here and just experiment with that. So, first bean, not a lot going on. Second bean, doing very well. And if you've been following all my different beans, this is what I called bean number 1. Might keep him in there and see what happens. And the last bean we have is the Fagoli bean. So this is the last bean. I think the beans are going to stay in here, obviously with the lids off, and we'll see what happens there. And then the last few up here. The leeks and the onions. So that's a little roundup of the bottle farm. Check out my other videos to see what else is growing on my land in Cyprus. Till next time, Meraki.